Panther people, what up? The Carolina Panthers shoot themselves in the foot multiple times to lose to the Bucks, but are they still on the right path? What's going on? You watch the Panthers post. Well, the Carolina Panthers lose in overtime, 26-23 to the Tampa Bay Bucks. I'll be honest, this is the second straight game now where the Carolina Panthers they deserve the win. They played winning football. Yes, even against the Kansas City Chiefs and against the Tampa Bay Bucks, I thought the Panthers played the better football and they deserve to win. Whether it's the better quarterback play, the better defensive play for the majority of the time, it was just, I'm going to sound like Ron Rivera, missed opportunities and just not seizing the moment when it came to you. But before we get to the bad stuff, let's talk about the good stuff. I thought the defense, again, in back-to-back games up against the Kansas City Chiefs, mind you, they're arguably maybe the most unconvincing 10-win team right now, or 9-win team. I forget where that right now. I think it's 10. But they basically had them pretty much locked down on offense. We did not get blown out, which many people probably thought when they saw the schedule. And then against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have been great on offense. They're kind of all over the place, but they had Mike Evans back, who was in his, gold jacket ways today. He had an insane catch against J.C. Horn. And so they managed to take this one all the way to overtime. Baker Mayfield threw 2 picks to Chad Smith-Wade and Xavier Woods. Like, they won the turnover battle. I think they played stifling defense, except when it came to the run. I had no idea this Bucky Irving kid was that special, but he kind of reminds me of Alvin Kamara 2.0, his slipperiness, his inability to go down with first contact, and just, like, if Jonathan Brooks is coming out like that out of the gate, maybe he would have if he started week 1, but yeah, he's special. He's a special running back, no doubt. But I thought the defense, Josie Jewell, Amari Barno, he's back in the lineup doing his thing as well, tackling Baker Mayfield in the open field. But I thought the defense came to play, and I think they put the offense in a good position to try to win the game. Bryce Young, again, just continued to stack just praiseworthy games against Patrick Mahomes. I thought he played admirably. I thought he played great today. Threw for 46 times, mind you. It was overtime included as well. I don't want him to throw like that much, but threw 46 times. I think he completed about 50% of his passes, nearly 300 yards. He had one score, which should have been the game-winning score, which also should have been Adam Thielen's second touchdown of the game. But he also ran in one as well. He loves running in to the end zone against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I remember last year he did the pirouette thing in Tampa, and I was like, well, okay, this guy's got some more athleticism than I give him credit for. But Bryce Young continues to build, and despite the fact that this was a loss, I thought he played winning football. Again, I'm going to keep saying that, but I thought that he did not make any stupid mistakes. No turnovers yet again for Bryce Young, making smart decisions, tossing the ball into the dirt, tossing it out of bounds when there was nothing happening, not trying to force plays. It just feels like he's not playing like a first overall pick anymore. If you kind of understand in terms of the pressure on his shoulders, I think it's gone. I think whatever pressure he felt heading into this season, heading into last season, being the first overall pick, literally save this franchise. Look at all the things we gave up for you. It feels like that pressure went away when he was benched. Because hey, you've been benched now. You're just the guy now. You're just one man out of the 52. That's it. And I think he's been playing with this effort energy, and then with that effort energy, he's been playing more free. He's climbing the pocket. That touchdown to Thielen was beautiful. Like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Climbing through the pocket, noticing the pressure, finding the gap, running through, and then just finding Thielen. Nice touch pass, beautiful. Only he can catch it right over the linebacker. Adam Thielen should have been the game-sealing touchdown. But Bryce just confident in running the ball, confident with the offense, with pre-snap. And one thing I hope doesn't happen, it doesn't seem like it will, but I just hope that these close losses aren't eating at his own confidence, like, man, or his own belief in the team. Like, I understand that last week after the Chiefs game, he had a rousing speech in the locker room, and it got everyone in the organization, not just on the roster, but the organization fired up. So I just hope that he keeps that. I hope he doesn't look at this organization and think, like, I'm not going to win with this team. There's no way it's going to happen. I need to go somewhere else. I'm going to demand a trade, blah, blah, blah. I hope that these close losses should have been wins against the Chiefs, against the Bengals, even though he wasn't playing, against the Buccaneers. Hopefully he looks at that and be like, okay, we have something going on right now. We have a foundation. We just need to keep building, getting blue chip players, building around the team. And it starts with him continuing to be better, because if he sucks, then we got to go back to the quarterback. Well, but I just hope that it doesn't give him PTSD the way last year gave him PTSD with trust in the line. I hope he still has trust in the organization and the direction that it's going and some of the players on the roster as well. Hey, if you like Panthers Post and you want to have more exclusive content from yours truly, you want to get early access to videos, you want members only chats with yours truly where we talk about things like Chuba Hubbard, is he to blame? Eddie Pinheiro, is he to blame? Are the refs haters? Do they hate Adam Thielen? What's their problem? Is Adam Thielen really his age or is he 18 years old? Can he actually do a gritty? Was he doing that for his kids? What's up? Like chats like this. So if you're all about that and maybe some contests here and there, you want to join the Panthers Post membership for less than a coffee, like $1.34 American. You can join Panthers Post community. Again, early access to videos, members only videos, whether it's features that I'm working on right now, mock drafts, up until draft season, exclusive chats with draft experts, other content creators. You'll get exclusive access to those videos. You'll get early access to videos as well, like my midweek videos. You get them almost 24 hours beforehand. And again, live chats, therapy session. Do it. Click the membership button. You might have to do it on the desktop. You can't do it on your phone. So go to YouTube on your desktop, if you have one, laptop, iPad, type in Panthers Post, boom, boom, join, next to the subscribe button, and then you're in. Jonathan Brooks, good to see him doing 41 total yards on his part. He showed some explosiveness, some power. Excited to see that dynamic with him and Chuba Hubbard. Not much of a run game in this game, unfortunately. Chuba Hubbard, 46 yards rushing. We'll talk about the fumble later. We'll talk about it. But I think the future is bright for Jonathan Brooks. I think next year, once he has like a full offseason, healthy, he can continue to build. I think that he will develop quicker than Chuba Hubbard, and they can kind of almost like meet eye to eye, and then that'll be a serious 1-2 punch. But right now, I like the way they used him in that one drive. They kind of laid off it after that, but I think it shows great dynamism. Dynamism? Either way. Also, shout out Tommy Tremble. I never danced on this guy's grave. I've always believed in him since he was drafted out of Notre Dame. He was Bryce Young's, besides Adam Thielen, his most reliable target on this. I think he had a lot of clutch catches out there, and it's something that he can teach Xavier Legette, because Xavier Legette's got some learning to do when it comes to catching. Let me rip off the Band-Aid now. Like, he, right now, isn't playing and performing like a wide receiver one. He is not. And he's getting outperformed by Adam Thielen. He's getting outperformed by David Moore. You know that our skill position players are hurting when we are missing our undrafted free agent wide receiver. That's when you know that they need to add some talent and the skill position players. Xavier Legette said last week when he made that, that drop pass, it was right in the breadbasket from Bryce Young. He dropped. He says he's mad at himself about it, thinking about it all week. I don't know. Maybe he's got to stop thinking about it. Maybe he's thinking too much. Maybe he's a little too hard on himself. Maybe he needs to get benched for 3 games because I'm not saying he's got the yips, but I don't know. Also, he's just talking player speak that he's going to eat himself over this and be upset over that drop pass. Well, guess what? You dropped 2 crucial passes this week, and those were drive killers, and we can't be having that. We can't have you being the wide receiver version of Ike Ekwonu, who, mind you, has been better, but we don't need you to be like Ike with, a poorly timed penalty and a drive-killing penalty. Ike Ekwonu was that in the first half of the season. I don't need Xavier Legette to suddenly be the wide receiver version where drop passes that hit him in the face, hit him in the chest, and bounce off his body suddenly are drive killers. I don't need you to be a liability. But if you give me a mock draft and if you join the membership, you'll be getting mock drafts exclusively if you're a member. But it needs to include a wide receiver one at some point, whether it's Travis Hunter, that McMillan cat out of Arizona. We just need a guy with sure hands because Adam Thielen can't keep doing what he's doing, even though what he's doing is absolutely crazy for his age. Let's talk about how this game was also robbed. Absolutely crazy. Adam Thielen, that first touchdown in the first half. I think he had 2 one-handed catches this game. That was the first one in the end zone. He caught it. He had control. He turned into Neo. Time stood still. His knee hit. His elbow hit. I don't know what more you want. He had full control. The ball did not touch the ground, and that should have been a touchdown. And the Panthers should have been up. We shouldn't have been in overtime. Eddie Pinheiro, 2 missed field goals a week after being statistically anointed as the most accurate kicker in the National Football League, misses 2 field goals. One was a chip shot, one was a little bit longer, but if you're statistically the most accurate kicker in the NFL, you can't miss those. We don't go to overtime. Carolina Panthers win the game. They now have 4 wins. They've doubled their win total from last year, and they're like sneaky in the wild card picture, but now that's over. They don't count woulda, coulda, shoulda wins as like half a point. It's not like hockey where you get 1 point if you lose in overtime or win in overtime. That overtime. I'm not blaming Chuba Hubbard. the Panthers were in field goal position. I don't know how it works. Like I just want to go home. I just want to go home. It's Thanksgiving. I'm tired still. I just ate a bunch of tryptophan in the form of a turkey. If I'm in field goal range, I'm not pushing it. I know it should have been on paper the safe bet just to hand it to your newly highly paid running back to just run up the middle. But like, I mean, I know he tried to do more and it got ripped right out of his hands. It is his fault because he fumbled the ball. It happens. But I don't know if they could have somehow avoided it. They were in field goal range. Could you have just kicked the field goal? Like, can you kick a field goal on second down? Like, maybe I'm just overthinking it because I had a long night last night in terms of boozing hard. Christmas party season has started. Like, if you're already in field goal range and you're in second down or whatever, can't you just kick the field goal? Like, do you have to go to fourth down? Can't you just kick it? It just sucks. It just sucks. Let me know in the comments below. Are you blaming Chuba Hubbard for that loss in overtime? The defense, back to the defense. I praised them at the same time, but also talking about mock drafts, you can't give me a mock draft without Mason Graham in the middle because the run defense is so bad. Bucky Irvin, career high in rushing. Like, we are the get right team. We're playing Saquon Barkley next week. They're playing Saquon Barkley next week. Mr. Hurdle a guy backwards up against this Panthers defense. It's going to be, I'm going to call it now like 200. Like, he already put 225 on another team. He could rush more than Bryce passes next week. I'm just saying it now. Like, even if it's a close game, he's gonna run on our team like a flu in daycare. I don't know, something like just like strep throat in my house last week. He's gonna run through it. And yeah, don't come at me with a mock draft that doesn't have a defensive tackle in there to pair with Derek Brown and a wide receiver 1 and a corner. That's just the way it is. And I do have faith in JT Sanders. I still have faith in Tommy Tremble, but get me a wide receiver 1, get me a D tackle. I think our edges are doing okay. Like, I think we had that nice rotation with Amari Barno and then DJ Johnson. Obviously, if Abdul Carter is available, you take him. But if Mason Graham is also available, I think you go him. Not going to lie. Obviously, free agency is going to determine what they do in the draft. But like Mason Graham, Abdul Carter, I don't know how to pronounce his name fully, Trattoria McMillan, let me know, Hawaiian guy, I'll take that. Obviously, if Travis Hunter's there, boom, boom, let's go. But yeah, so I think it's kind of it's crappy, but again, I go back to what I said in the offseason. This is what I wanted. I wanted to double the win total. Could it happen later in the season? Could it happen against the Cowboys? I think so. Could it happen against the Cardinals? Maybe. It seems like the Cardinals and the Panthers, it's kind of a lopsided affair where the Panthers just always have the Cardinals number. It could change this year. I'm not sure. I have a feeling, though. I wanted to double the win total and then have a couple games that were one-score games. So we have that Cincinnati game. I think the Panthers should have won. We had the Chiefs game. I think the Panthers could have won. And we had this game. I think the Panthers 100%, million percent should have won. It'd be interesting to see. I don't know if they do this in the NFL or maybe in soccer. I'm getting it mixed up where the ref comes out like the next day and be like, hey, that touchdown with Adam Thielen, that should have been a touchdown. Like, I wonder if they're going to bring that up because that would have been a huge part of the game. Huge part of the game. But I wanted like close games and then show some growth. And we're seeing growth out of Bryce Young, 1,000,000,000,000,000%. So we're seeing growth in the defense. They're getting healthier and you're getting guys there who know the Ajur Evero system. And I think they're playing well. I think they played winning football. You had 2 turnovers. You gave Baker hell. You put him out of the game for a little bit. Like, I think the defense was playing well. It's just those mental mistakes that happens when you're a team that just does not have a lot of blue chip players. You got guys like David Moore, no disrespect to Adam Thielen. You know, he's not a blue chip guy. But man, he played like it today. Xavier Legette will get there eventually, I think. Jalen Coker, again, he showed promise, but your best ability is availability, and he's not available right now. And so I think you just need to keep stacking. But I'm happy with these games. Like, they're fun I'm watching them from beginning to end. And I'm standing and watching the game. I'm fired up. I'm sending nice text messages to my brother. But I just hope it doesn't become something where it somehow kills the motivation about Bryce. I can't go anywhere with this team. I hope that guys like him and the other leaders on this team realize what they got going on is a good foundation to continue moving forward. Like, give Dan Morgan and Dave Canales and Brant Tillis 2 off seasons, 2 drafts, 2 free agency periods. When our cap space opens up in the next couple of years, I think next year, I think good things are going to happen. They're building a culture right now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. See you guys soon.